different from the one we had meticulously planned. Those around me attempted to downplay the situation and reassure me that it wasn't a big deal, but my emotions ran high. I had personally invested countless hours into designing and perfecting our wedding invitation, pouring my heart and soul into every detail. To see my Mill disregard our efforts and create her own version left me feeling frustrated and upset. In a heated moment, I had already confronted So about the issue, but now it seems like there's nothing more to say or do. Yet, the question still lingers. What was she thinking? Just sent a nightmare text to my mom. My wife is on vacation with our newborn and she comes home today. We haven't been able to have sex for weeks because of added fertility after childbirth, so I'm excited for her to come home now that we're past that 5-week mark. So we. I just sent my mom a mortifying text message. My wife is returning home today from her vacation with our newborn, and I've been looking forward to it. The past few weeks have been challenging for us since childbirth, but I'm hoping things will improve now that we've surpassed the 5-week mark and fertility has started to settle down. I was engaging in a flirtatious conversation with my wife when she brought up protection. Unfortunately, my phone is set up in a way that my mom's contact is right above hers, so I accidentally sent her the following message. I don't need a condom to eat that ass. I'm at a complete loss for what to do next. This is a disaster of epic proportions. When I was in high school, I stole a prize-winning 4-H potato from the state fair. Yes, I really did this. I boiled it up in a pot with my gal pal and ate it with butter and salt. It was delicious. Now that I'm an adult, I'm sorry that I did it. Some little 4-H kid grew to. During my high school years, I committed a rather audacious act by swiping a prestigious 4-H potato from the state fair. To confirm, I indeed took part in this mischievous act, boiling it with my close friend and savoring it with generous amounts of butter and salt. The experience was truly unforgettable. In retrospect, as an adult, I regret my decision. The potato's owner, a young 4-H participant, had nurtured that prize-winning potato with dedication and care. I inadvertently deprived her of a symbol of her hard work and accomplishment. My motivation for stealing the potato was a misguided attempt to appear rebellious and unconventional. I had perceived the 4-H fair as overly traditional, and I wanted to defy that image. It's worth noting that the potato turned out to be the most delectable I've ever had the pleasure of tasting. TLDR. A young version of me stole a prize-winning 4-H potato from the state fair, which I regretted as an adult, but the potato itself was incredibly delicious. Every time my rebellious son dyes his hair, I dye mine too. Not to undermine him, but because I want to share that freedom. I have 4 sons, but my 13-year-old loves to dye his hair. He went blonde, then pink, then red, now blue. On the red and blue, I matched him at each step. I've found a unique way to connect with my spirited teenager. Whenever he decides to change his hair color, I join in. It's not about undermining his independence, but rather about embracing our shared moments of freedom. My 13-year-old son is a vibrant individual with a flair for self-expression. He's experimented with various hair colors, from blonde to pink, and now boasts an impressive blue hue. At each stage, I've made the bold decision to dye my own hair to match his, not to suppress his individuality, but to create a sense of camaraderie. In reality, I would still be drawn to this colorful trend even if you weren't on board, as it taps into a part of my youth that I never experienced during my busy working years. Now that I'm self-employed, I have the flexibility to pursue this creative outlet, and I see no reason to resist it. Any relationship you have that could be ruined by having a conversation about your feelings, standards, and/or expectations wasn't really stable enough to begin with, darling. Came across this quote this morning and figured I'd share. Try to have a happy Monday, ready. A relationship that crumbles under the weight of honest discussions about emotions, values, or expectations is hardly one worth holding onto. Came across this insightful sentiment this morning and felt compelled to share it with the community. As we embark on a new week, I encourage you all to prioritize your own happiness and well-being. Edit. I'm touched by the overwhelmingly positive response to this quote. It's both heartening and humbling to see so many individuals resonating with this sentiment. I'm sending love and best wishes to those who needed a reminder today. TIFU in the shower. So this morning I was having my usual shower to begin my day. Feeling a bit randy, I started masturbating. As I was about to climax, I leant too hard against the glass shower door. Door comes off its hinges and the door and I fall out of the shower, I on top. This morning's mishap in the shower, it was just another morning routine for me, starting with a shower to kickstart my day. Feeling a bit amorous, I began to indulge in a private moment. However, in the heat of the moment, I lost my balance and pushed too hard against the glass shower door, causing it to come loose from its hinges. Unfortunately, the door gave way, and both it and I tumbled out of the shower. In the chaos, I found myself lying on top of the shattered glass, with cuts covering my back. My mother's quick response time proved to be quite embarrassing for me, as she rushed into the bathroom just as I was dealing with the aftermath of the incident. The bathroom was a mess, with shards of broken glass scattered everywhere and water spilling all over the floor. To make matters worse, I was still in a vulnerable state, lying naked on the floor with a cut-up back and an involuntary release of bodily fluids. Needless to say, I was mortified. Edit. I have edited this story to protect my family's identity and maintain anonymity. Update. I am still recovering from the physical and emotional shock of this incident. I hope that sharing this story will help me deal with the I'm finally over her. My girlfriend of 3 years slept with my best friend and, after nearly a year of some of the hardest times of my life, I'm doing better. I thought about my lost girlfriend and lost best friend every day for months. It wasn't until today I noticed. It's time to close that chapter. 3 years of my life were marked by a painful infidelity, as my girlfriend betrayed my trust by being intimate with my closest friend. The aftermath was a grueling year, filled with untold hardships. Yet, I've begun to heal and move forward. The faces of my lost love and lost friend haunted me for months, but it's only recently that I've noticed the frequency of those memories has diminished to nearly nothing. My thoughts now are occupied by someone new, and I've started to anticipate spending time with other friends. Perhaps I wanted to send a message of reassurance. I know it's tough right now, but with time, things will improve. Every difficult moment can be an opportunity for growth and a step closer to better days ahead. In time, everything will fall into place. My gynecologist inserted his ungloved fingers into my vagina. Gynecologist that I have visited regularly for 2 years said that he wanted to locate a swelling and inserted his finger into my vagina. Suddenly I felt his other hand rest on the outside of my vulva and touch my clit. During a routine examination at my gynecologist's office, I experienced an unsettling incident that has left me feeling distressed and uncertain about how to proceed. The doctor, whom I've trusted for the past 2 years,